Welcome to Community Arts Kitchen.
For the lesson exploration redirecting light, you don't need a lot of supplies. You can purchase the supplies pretty easily and set up a class set that you can reuse over and over. I have purchased these plexiglass mirrors. They're 4x4 mirrors. They're reflective on one side and plain on the other. I have a class set of 25 single mirrors and then a class set of corner reflectors. So you're going to have to tape these together with some masking tape so that they form a corner that has no space in between. You're going to need some drawing paper, pencil, ruler, and some markers. The science behind this project is that you are going to explain to your students that a mirror is a very, 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 very shiny surface, a smooth surface. The light hits a smooth surface and gets bounced off in a very direct way. So if this is the surface of the mirror and the light hits it like this, it's actually going to be bounced off in an angle like that, and that is viewed by our eyes as a reflection. You may ask students of reflective surfaces that they have noticed in nature, and they may come up with a lake or a puddle or something like that. You may compare it to the back of the mirror. This surface is not as smooth. It feels rougher to my touch, and therefore when the light hits it, it's being projected back to our eyes in a less organized way. So that's the science behind this project. I have designed this lesson for first grade. This is how it's written in my lesson plan, but you can adjust it to any grade level and make this adjustable with the way you teach it. I started out with a mirror walk, and I handed these single mirrors to my students and asked them to do the following. First, hold your mirror right above your nose and slowly walk around the classroom like this, and then hold your mirror kind of where your eyebrows are and walk around like this and explore your surroundings. So that kind of gets them going and creates these really weird views that you may have not explored your surroundings. Okay, let's get started. So I ask my students to draw. First, they're going to draw a dot and have them draw kind of in the center of a paper, and I'm going to do this with a marker so you can see this better. So you're going to start with a dot, and you're going to direct the students to hold their mirrors so that they can see the dot, and they might say, oh, what happens? The mirror creates two dots, so mirrors duplicate images. As a next step, I ask my students to draw half of a shape or half of an object. So for instance, I drew half of a heart, half of a flower, and half of a smiley face. Now we're going to ask students to use their corner reflector and explore what happens when you use the mirror, and they will then find out, wow, with half things I can create whole things. Here's my whole smiley face. So mirrors duplicate, and mirrors make half things whole. I ask my students to complete their drawings and explore what they can do with their drawing now. Now we have a completed drawing, and of course it's duplicating the drawing with the mirror. As a challenge, I ask my students, can you make your drawing disappear? So this is kind of a magic trick. If they scoot the mirror across the way, oh, the drawing is gone. Of course, first graders really believe it's gone until they see that the drawing is on the other side. Now we're going to have some fun with our corner reflectors. Ask your students again to draw a dot in the middle of a piece of paper, and then have them set up the corner reflectors and explore. As students close the corner reflectors, many more dots are starting to appear. You can ask them, how many dots can you make? And the students can count. You can give them a challenge and ask them if they could make a complete circle with the dots. So if you keep closing it and just kind of peek in there, you will actually see a circle. The next activity is you're asking your students to draw a straight line with a ruler. Again, it would be great to have it about in the middle or center of the paper. And now have them set up the corner reflector. What kind of shapes can you make with the corner reflector? Ooh, I see a square, hexagon, octagon, nonagon. This is a great way to teach shapes. You can also show them how the shape expands if you move your corner reflector away from you or closer to you. And as a challenge, once again, can you bend the line that you drew into a circle? And like before, if you keep closing it, and this is a little bit hard to show on the camera here, you will actually create a full circle. Can you make a triangle? Here we go. Geometry right there for you. Moving on to my favorite part of this lesson, I direct students to draw some simple designs on a piece of paper or in their art sketchbooks. And I encourage them to not really worry about the design too much. Just play with some colors and designs, and dots and lines. And again, keep the design somewhat in the center of the page. Then they're going to, once again, use their corner reflector, and you will be amazed of the wonderful art that can be created like this. This is when the oohs and the ahs are going to start in your classroom. Wow, this is stunning. Again, students can explore with scooting in and out. And this almost becomes an animation when they're moving their corner reflectors over the art. And of course, this allows for great conversations of symmetry and why our art piece is reflected in so many ways, because the mirrors are reflecting off of each other. I usually have students set up their art piece to their favorite design. So let's say this is my favorite design. And then we do an art walk where everybody walks around the classroom and sees every student set up, and we're going to honor, we're not going to change it. To expand this to maybe to a lesson for older grades, they could take pictures with an iPad. They could make animations out of this. And this is hours and hours of fun for any grade level. I actually taught this lesson to art teachers and classroom teachers, and they had tons of fun, and everybody can be successful with this.
Thanks for watching. Community Arts Kitchen was created and developed by Barbara Libby-Steinmann and Anna Rochester. See you next time.